Hello everyone, I'm Cecilia Lupton and welcome to another one of my favorite videos for school. Today's video topic is on my research assignment for my communications class. And to my professor who is watching this, I hope you're staying safe during this quarantine. We're going to get through this together and I'm going to get through this whole video together. So let's get started. So for my topic, I chose how communication is being impeded by the rampant use of cell phones. Now I know what you're thinking, cell phone usage is not the reason why communication is going down, but it is one of the key qualities on why we are lessening our communication skills. So just imagine trying to carry a conversation with someone and getting annoyed when a person brings out their cell phone. You're telling them about something important and that they just ignore every word you say while on their social media accounts. So the question being, have we become too dependent on our cell phones that we're getting down to lose valuable social skills and communication? With the research question out of the way, why should you care about the increase of technology usage decreasing common communication skills? Consider the actual fact that the subsequent generation are going to be those that run the country and that they can barely speak face to face themselves. Who wants to live in a country that doesn't speak to every other person unless a screen is in their face or their followers on Instagram? Which brings up the question on how I plan to answer my research question. And you'll be surprised with the methods I have chosen to answer said question. In some ways that I want to explain how technology and communication skills all intertwine with one another, I want to go with the ways of trying to get people's attention by using surveys and interviews. Now with a survey, I can use an online survey. I know it's kind of ironic if I use an online survey, but online surveys can help get the question across much faster than if I just did the classic, here's a paper, fill out all the details, and then send it back to us via the mail. And with interviews, I can go from the survey and ask some random people, it doesn't have to be like people who took the quiz essentially, and ask them about their opinions on how technology, well, cell phones, are being used to decrease the communication skills in our youth. Continuing along with my methods, the tools I'll be using for this project will be mostly for online purposes. For the survey, I plan to, like I said before, use an online survey, probably from a site that allows you to make surveys, and be giving out these types of questionnaires at a school or on a college campus. I can send a link via the school's email individually to all the students and parents to determine whether or not they let their children or themselves spend time on cell phones and how long they plan to stay on those cell phones each day. Using a multiple choice questionnaire would give them the choice of many different options as to on how they want to answer the question. While people do the survey, I'll be working on questions to ask for just in case I want to conduct interviews while doing so, probably using the same technology I'm using for the survey. And once the data has been gathered and set up accordingly, I can look over each and every survey by putting them into a random generator. Well, like I said, on the same site, I'll be using the survey. And from there, sending links for certain people in order to ask them if they would like to be interviewed personally by me for the further results. As for the interview portion of my project, I will have to follow up the questions on the questionnaires so that I can investigate further in my endeavors to get an answer out of some people. The way I can structure the interviews is by using the participants from the survey, and through the process of randomization, I can choose the ones to interview. During the interview, I can ask certain questions that weren't on the survey to get some genuine answers from the people who took it. The interviews won't last more than 10 minutes tops and have a total of at least 20 questions given to them via, well, maybe a tablet I'll use, or maybe I'll write it down or type up a paper with all the questions on there and give it to them. I will have people sign a contract in case I want to record the session for further research and make sure to keep all their information confidential. While conducting these interviews, I will write down any questions they may have and work through the ones that were on the survey with them. Concluding the interview, I will make sure that each person receives a paper stating that they helped with valuable research, and they will be instructed to recommend the survey to other people they know. While gathering all the data from the interviews, I will finally put all the stuff I got from the surveys and the interview all together under one big file. So you're probably wondering why my tools and methods are so important to my project. Well, my research question is basically on technology and the cell phones and how using a cell phone can impede your sense of communication skills somewhat. But these tools are there to help emphasize my point on how dependent we are on our cell phones. Giving these surveys and interviews, I'm going to see how people react to these kind of questions I'm asking and why they react to these questions I'm asking. And I'm not saying that I have such a big vendetta against technology or anything, but the question just interests me because I was generally curious about how many times I've seen people around campus using their cell phones to talk with people who are right there in front of them. So, not trying to take this with a grain of salt. Take this with a grain of salt because I'm not trying to say that my question is very biased, but a little interesting on the notion of how much time we actually do spend looking down at the screens in our hands. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching the video, and remember, stay safe during this time. Catch you later.